Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Modi distributes appointment letters to about 71,000 new recruits in various central government departments. Enforcement Directorate files case against BBC for suspected irregularities in foreign funding. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman calls upon World Bank to make global public goods as the third goal at the Development Committee meeting in Washington, D.C. India retains top status in International Aviation Safety Assessment. Second W20 meet begins under India's G20 Presidency in Jaipur. Over 120 women leaders participating to ensure women-led development. And Indian women wrestlers bagged 7 medals to finish third at the Asian Wrestling Championship in Astana, Kazakhstan. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave appointment letters to around 71,000 new recruits in the central government through video conferencing today. Addressing the new appointees, the Prime Minister said that the government is committed to giving youth the right opportunities. The Prime Minister congratulated the new recruits and termed it as an opportunity to contribute to the development of the nation.
आज 70,000 से ज्यादा युवाओं को केंद्र सरकार के विभिन्न विभागों में सरकारी नौकरी मिली है। विकसित भारत की संकल्प से सिद्धि के लिए हमारी सरकार युवाओं की प्रतिभा और ऊर्जा को सही अवसर देने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है।
Mr. Modi said the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan program will provide employment in rural and urban areas. Mr. Modi said the push to new infrastructure projects in the country will open many more job opportunities for the youth.
एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन का एक और पक्ष है और वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स में सरकार द्वारा किया गया इन्वेस्टमेंट। हमारी सरकार इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट्स में तेज रफ्तार के लिए जानी जाती है। जब सरकार कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर पर खर्च करती है तो बड़े पैमाने पर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जैसे रोड, रेलवे, पोर्ट, नई इमारतें, बहुत सी प्रकार की चीजें तैयार हो जाती है।
The new recruits will join various posts in the central government, including in the railways, police, postal department, teaching and nursing. Our correspondent reports that these newly inducted appointees will get an opportunity to train themselves through an online platform, Karma Yogi Prarambh. Karnataka is heading to elections on the 10th of May. Ahead of the assembly elections, the Karnataka Chief Electoral Office, through its sweep committees, has laid special emphasis on educating the first-time voters. Senior consultant at Karnataka Chief Electoral Office, V.S. Vastrad, has said that special polling booths are being set up to make the assembly election in Karnataka look like a festival of democracy.
We have Sakhi polling stations which are fully managed by the women. There will be about 1,120, 5 per each assembly constituencies. We will have 224 polling stations which will be manned by young polling officials. We will have 224 assembly polling stations which will be manned by persons with disability officers. We will also have special polling stations where they have different themes, like Mangalore will have Yakshagana, Kambala, Blue Wave and Go Green. This one, all the voters to visit the polling station on the day of poll, and it is a festival of democracy.
The Commission is also reaching out to young voters. Pallavi Sri, a student of Mount Carmel College in Bengaluru, has shared her experience on how a mobile app developed by the Election Commission of India helped her enroll as a voter.
My name is CJ Pallavishri. I'm from Mount Carmel College and I'm studying third year BA Political Science, Economics and Sociology. Now I have enrolled and I've got my EPIC number too. We were advised we were taught how to use the Voters Helpline ID app to register and to get our voter IDs done. It was a very simple process because the app in itself was very simple to understand and it was accessible in both Kannada as well as English. I registered there and got it.
The Enforcement Directorate has registered a case against the British Broadcasting Corporation of India for irregularities in foreign funding today. As per sources, the agency has called for documents and statements of certain company executives under the Foreign Exchange Management Act. The probe is looking at suspected violations of foreign direct investment rules by BBC. The IT department had earlier searched BBC office premises in Delhi and Mumbai in February this year for suspected tax avoidance. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces today shot down a drone along the line of control in Rajouri. Our Jammu correspondent reports that suspicious movement of an aerial object was noticed in areas of Beri Patan and Siot along the LOC last night, after which security forces launched operations to bring down the drone. Ammunitions, cash and other items have been recovered from a packet attached to the drone. Search operation is underway in many villages in the area, and some more recoveries are expected. Our correspondent reports that such attempts at smuggling arms, cash and narcotics to fuel terror activities have become a major challenge for security forces in the region. In Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, wearing of masks has been made mandatory at offices, wedding functions and other closed crowded areas. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has asked the officials to pay extra attention to 6 cities where COVID-19 infections could rise rapidly. A report from our Lucknow correspondent.
Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath held a high-level meeting yesterday to review the situation of COVID in his state. He said that there is no need to panic. He asked officials to pay special attention to 6 cities including Lucknow, Meerut, Ghaziabad, Agra, Gautam Budh Nagar and Varanasi. Meanwhile, District Magistrate of Lucknow has issued order for compulsory wearing of masks at all offices in city. Masks will also be compulsory at hospitals and other closed crowded places like marriage function halls, malls, airports, railway stations. Schools have also been advised to strictly follow the guidelines and physical distancing among students. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
India has retained the highest international category for aviation safety. The International Aviation Safety Assessment rating gave India a Category 1 status on the International Standards for Aviation Safety Oversight. The Federation Aviation Administration, or FAA, of the United States conducted an audit of the Director General of Civil Aviation under its safety assessment program to determine whether a country complies with standards established by the International Civil Aviation Organization. The FAA appreciated the DGCA for its commitment to ensuring safety of India's aviation system. Category 1 status countries are permitted to operate and expand their services to destinations in the USA and code-share with US air carriers. Hailing the development, the Ministry of Civil Aviation said it has come at a time when the Indian aviation sector is on a high growth trajectory. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman attended the Development Committee meeting of the World Bank IMF in Washington, D.C. today. In a series of tweets, the Ministry of Finance said that Ms. Sitharaman stated that New Delhi remains concerned about the global economic outlook and the geopolitical environment, despite projections of growth rate of over 6% for the Indian economy this year. The Finance Minister stressed that the World Bank should continue to work for its vision of a world free of poverty and ending extreme poverty and promoting shared prosperity in a manner that is inclusive, resilient and sustainable. She also suggested that the global public goods should also be brought into focus as the third goal. In an encounter, the Special Task Force of UP Police killed 2 accused in Umesh Pal murder case today in Jhansi. One of the accused killed in the encounter is Asad Ahmed, son of former MP Atiq Ahmed, who is also co-accused in Umesh Pal murder case. Other accused, Ghulam, was also wanted in Umesh Pal murder case. On the other hand, former MP and accused in Umesh Pal murder case, Atiq Ahmed, was produced in the court today in this case. Meanwhile, Atiq Ahmed's sister, Aisha Noori, and niece, Unjila, have applied in the CGM court of Prayagraj for surrender in Umesh Pal murder case. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Northeast Diary this week, on the 13th of April 2023, brings an exclusive interview with K.V. Runrem Sanghi, Padma Shri awardee from Mizoram. Looking forward to seeing you there.
The second Women 20 international meeting started today at Jaipur in Rajasthan. The meeting is focused on the theme, a women's role in ensuring an inclusive and sustainable future. Around 120 women leaders from 18 G20 countries are participating in the meeting. Addressing the inaugural session, India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant said that women-led development is a key priority of India because we see women as drivers of prosperity and inclusive development. He said that women must set the agenda of development and they should be agents of growth.
G20 का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण इंगेजमेंट ग्रुप है और ये महत्वपूर्ण इसलिए है क्योंकि हमारी जो प्रायोरिटीज हैं उसमें विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट एक बहुत बड़ी प्रायोरिटी है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कहा है कि हमारी प्रेसिडेंसी बड़ी डिसाइसिव, इंक्लूसिव और एक्शन ओरिएंटेड होगी और उसमें विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट बड़ा मेजर रोल प्ले करेगा। और ये जो चर्चा हो रही है विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट की, इसमें डिजिटल इंक्लूजन, एम्पावरमेंट, सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ ऑफ विमेन और स्किलिंग और इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट पर बहुत फोकस किया गया है।
Speaking to the media, Mr. Amitabh Kant said that India has set new dimensions in digital inclusion. He cited the example of Mudra Yojana, under which a large number of women are getting loans. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra today said OTT platforms have made Indian content more popular. Speaking at an event organized by Asia Video Industry Association in Mumbai today, the Secretary said that OTT has made the Indian content more accessible to a global audience through dubbing in various languages. The Secretary said the government has eased compliance for television channels through the new uplinking and downlinking guidelines. The government has also set up Broadcast Seva portal for broadcasters to speed up licensing and registration. He added that OTT platforms are governed by a self-regulatory mechanism. The second quadrilateral meeting of Iran, Russia, China and Pakistan on Afghanistan is being held today in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, on the sidelines of the fourth meeting of Afghanistan's neighboring countries. Foreign ministers of the four countries are taking part in the meeting and will discuss the situation in Afghanistan. A statement is expected at the end of the meeting. The first quadrilateral meeting was held on September 16, 2022, on the sidelines of the Shanghai Summit in Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan. At least 133 people were killed, including women and children, in an airstrike on a village in central Myanmar on Tuesday. The airstrike took place in Kanbalu township in the central Sagyang region of the country. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said North Korea has fired one mid-range or longer ballistic missile from near Pyongyang into the waters off the east coast of the Korean peninsula this morning. Japanese Defense Minister Yasukazu Hamada said the missile may have been a type of intercontinental ballistic missile. Indian women wrestlers have bagged 7 medals, 2 silver and 5 bronze in Asian Wrestling Championships at Astana in Kazakhstan and finished third in women's teams ranking. In the last edition, India had won 5 medals and settled at the 4th spot. Antim Panghal won silver in 53 kg category. Nisha Dahiya also claimed silver in 68 kg category. Anshu Malik, Sonam Malik, Manisha and Ritika bagged bronze medals. Meanwhile, Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has lauded women wrestlers for their performance in the ongoing Asian Wrestling Championship 2023. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi distributes appointment letters to about 71,000 new recruits in various central government departments. Enforcement Directorate files case against BBC for suspected irregularities in foreign funding. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman calls upon World Bank to make global public goods as the third goal at the Development Committee meeting in Washington, D.C. And with that, we end the Midday News.